You want me to put that on my Tudor?
NuCalm says, hell no. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. There was a time when Harry's wife was welcome to the United Kingdom. People gave her a chance and thought, yes, an American divorcee joining the royal family that's apparently biracial, although you might not necessarily think that initially, that's good. As a commoner, she can bring something new to the royal family. Huzzah! Of course, it went wrong, but Harry's wife was still able to obtain some deals. Spotify said, we'll throw loads of money at you. Netflix said, we'll throw even more money at you. And yet, look how all of that has changed. When people wanted her to come and speak, wanted to be associated with her, wanted to provide her with large amounts of money, now it's all altered. And not only is it the case that she lost the Spotify deal, the Netflix situation was pull your socks up and sort yourself out, but now people actively want to distance themselves from her. Such is the toxicity of this individual that personalities, people, brands, and organizations either don't want to be involved with her and therefore aren't offering deals, and when there is an association with her, basically want to deny that they are involved with her or that there's a contract with her or that they've paid her. Dior did it just recently, explaining that there were no plans to have her as a brand ambassador. Ordinarily, an organization would think, hey, no such thing as bad publicity. We're getting mentioned in relation to the Duchess of Sussex. There aren't any plans, but we don't need to issue a denial. We'll just allow ourselves to get a bit of publicity about it and allow people to talk and speculate about it. All good. But no, Dior were moved to say, never was on the cards, because they didn't want to be associated with her. And this time, it's NuCalm. You'll have seen, of course, and I've mentioned in my videos, about Harry's wife's pity play. She wandered around with a stress patch, trying to make everybody believe that poor old Harry's wife is stressed and anxious, and you should feel sorry for her. NuCalm was the organisation that provided the stress patch that she was wearing. It was their brand. And therefore it's been reported on around the world. With the consequence, however, as page 6 reports, NuCalm denies Harry's wife's stress patch was spon-con amid claims she's rebuilding wellness brand. Basically, NuCalm is saying, hell no, we didn't pay her to advertise that for us. No, this wasn't sponsored content. No. She did it of her own volition, nothing to do with us. Ordinarily, a company such as that would stay silent. Yeah, it's good publicity, but they feel it's necessary to point out that it wasn't paid for because they don't want to be associated with Harry's wife in terms of sending spondulics her way. It also lends credence to my suggestion that it was actually a competitor that did this because they recognise that she's a marketing untouchable these days. The article tells us no spon-con to see here. Harry's wife recently stepped out with a NuCalm anti-stress patch, seemingly strategically placed on her wrist. But the brand is denying any business relationship with the Duchess of Sussex. We have never sponsored or paid for any product endorsements despite working with over 56 professional sports teams and hundreds of celebrities, the brand tells page 6 in a statement. Instead, the company calls Harry's wife a loyal user of their technology. The statement continues, we never share who is using NuCalm, but if an athlete or celebrity wants to share, that's their prerogative. The denial comes after brand and culture expert Nick Eade told the Daily Mail that Harry's wife's strategic placement from a relatively new startup company, who reposted the image of her in their own social media, is a clear message that she is looking to build her lifestyle brand and create a platform for her followers to benefit from her experiences and the products that help her. Notably, NuCalm tells us they have been around since 2009. Thus, the product has been around for 14 years, but they still don't want to be associated with having paid her. Eid called the debunked partnerships a good way to go on Monday, concluding the image was a clear message to say she's stressed, which, as I've explained to you, is a pity play, but she's using a patch to help her. Her brand is very strong. I wouldn't agree with that. Her brand isn't strong. If it was, why is she not getting the deals? The reason is that people recognise that she's toxic and divisive, as is the association also involving her husband. People recognise that the story becomes about them rather than the event or the product, and that's why they're distancing themselves from her. The dark blue biosignal processing disc, which could clearly be seen on Thursday, with the sleeve of Harry's wife's camel, beige, coloured coat rolled up on one side, is a calming device. According to the company's website, the product activates the parasympathetic nervous system so that its user can have a rapid return to a functional state, motor skills, attention and full cognition, with no lingering effects or mental lethargy. The incredible patch, which retails for $80 per 20 pack, has nothing necessarily to do with stress, a source told us on Saturday. It's unclear why the 42-year-old, Suits Allen, was wearing the patch, and a rep didn't immediately return Page 6's request for comment. The article then goes on to talk about the fact that suggestion that their marriage is in trouble is made up. But it's interesting, isn't it, that a company that's getting that publicity is left saying, no. In fact, you wonder. I still form the view, as per my marketing expert's observations, that a competitor provided her with this in an attempt to stymie NuCalm. But if that's not the case, could it be that NuCalm entered into a partnership with Harry's wife in order to provide greater brand visibility? But it did, but of the wrong kind, and now they're trying to row back from it. Might it be that they realise, oh dear, all of the comments really have been largely critical and taking the mick out of her. We didn't really want that kind of publicity, so we're going to say there was never an association with her. Or is it simply the case that whilst there has been publicity, they don't want to be associated with the suggestion that they've paid her because they know that she's not liked and they don't want to be seen to be providing money to her? Whatever it is, the fact that an organisation is moved to distance itself from her is demonstrative of the position at which she is seen by so many organisations, and it's all arisen as a consequence of the way that she has behaved. What do people below the line think? Let's have a quick look. Dum 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 states, she has no brand to rebuild. Even if she did, dressing like a bag lady in multiple layers of unseasonable clothes and wearing a $4 stress patch wouldn't do it. She looks unkept, and as usual, wears clothes that aren't flattering and don't fit. Can't imagine any high-end brand wanting to be associated with her or Harry. Undefined. Wearing an exposed NuCalm patch to jumpstart her coming wellness blog. You have to admire how quickly NuCalm responded to deny any involvement with Harry's wife, other than she is a customer. Harry's wife going to give out wellness tips is so off the mark, it is amusing. First, she should be more concerned about her husband Harry's mental health and his belief that recreational drugs help him, and his delusion that Harry's wife is Diana personified. Harry's wife herself admitted she has mental health issues, although not the main one, of course. They do not exhibit any type of normal behaviour. Another incredibly stupid idea, bound to fail by Harry's wife. CLU, I won't buy that patch because Harry's wife uses it, NuCalm. Be best, smells like desperation from Harry's wife and WME pushing for NuCalm to have Harry's wife as their spokesperson, just like Dior This will fall apart. Night music. She was wearing the patch with her sleeve rolled up in an attempt to draw attention to it, hoping the company will give her a contract, just like the whole Dior thing. She figures if she wears things and gets the photos out, surely a company will come clamouring. Not going to happen, as evidenced by NuCalm. They won't be paying her to use their patches either. She just doesn't get it. And Night's music then continues with, oh, hey, Megsy, or in this case it's probably still Scobie putting out that ridiculous claim about the Swift concert. Remember what everyone is saying, pics or it didn't happen. Been a week now, and crickets. So maybe stop claiming that 1-2, since we all know you weren't there. Surely one person out of the thousands there would have gotten at least one cell phone shot of you and your BFF's employees at some point, somewhere in the audience, and put them online, and yet nothing. The bets, her brand is really strong. The minute she tries to associate with anything, Dior, or anyone, Beckham, Clooney, Obama, they immediately disassociate from the Sussex brand. I mean, NuCalm couldn't come out fast enough to say, no, not with us. Rarely has one who has been given so much fallen so desperately. And that's entirely correct. People, brands, organisations don't want to have anything to do with her, and with due cause. I'm HG Tudor. Thank you for listening.